Hello fragrance fans and frag family, and welcome to another video from Proverbs 27:9 Fragrances. And today we're going to be ranking the Zaharoff Signature Pour Homme line. So the fragrances include the original Signature Pour Homme, the Signature Pour Homme Noir, Signature Pour Homme Royale, then also Signature Rosé and Signature Tabac. So we're going to be doing these in a top 5 order, obviously, as you can see in front of you. And I'll be honest with you, this was harder than I thought it was going to be. There was top 2 that was clear, and then the other 3 I didn't know, how I was going to go. And so we're going to start off with number 5. And honestly, number 5 to me is the one that is the most shocking to me, because this is the fragrance that I had the most hope for. Well, maybe not the most. Probably there was one more that I was more hopeful for when I got it. But number 5 is going to be the newest from Zaharoff, and that is Signature Tabac. So, Signature Tabac. Tobacco fragrance, obviously. Cognac and rum. Honestly, I don't know if my nose is broken, and it could be. But to me, and I've gave this 2 different goes. Honestly, I smell a latex type fragrance. It smells like a rubber balloon. And guys, I've had COVID. Sometimes my nose is wonky. Sometimes things is just off, and so y'all let me know if you have this and you don't get that vibe. Leave a comment, let me know. But other than the odd latex accord that I get from it, the projection and the performance was also lacking to my nose. Again, I got this at the, in first impression with rosé. And rosé is such a beast. This one, it's not. It's the opposite of that. And so that was a little bit disappointing. So again, I was shocked. I thought this was going to probably be my favorite in the line, but I'm putting it at the number 5 spot. So number 4 spot, I'm also going with kind of a, again, I don't know if these are shockers or not, but Signature Noir. Signature Noir. And Signature Noir smells fine. All of these, well, tobacco I'm really not sold on right now. And again, I may have gotten a bad bottle. I don't know. But Signature Noir, to me, it just didn't smell different enough from Signature Pour Homme to warrant the release, or to warrant for me to buy a whole nother bottle. It added a star anise note, and it added a different type of pepper. I think it's black pepper in the original and pink pepper in the Noir version, and it is more peppery, and I talked about that in the first impression. There is some coriander in it. There's ginger, and so it's a slightly spicier version, but it really smells so much like Signature Pour Homme, but again, to me, not as good. So I'm putting it in the number 4 spot. Kind of a shocker. If you watched my video on rosé and tobacco, you might have thought that this one was going to come in a lower spot, but the number 3 spot is going to go to Signature Rosé. It's a rose fragrance, and guys, it is a rose bomb. I looked and noticed some people saying, this is a mild rose fragrance. This is a rose fragrance for people who don't like rose. Let me tell you something. On that initial blast, you better like rose or you better be patient. Because again, it is a rose bomb. It is all rose all the time for the first hour and a half. But the reason why this moved up, because when I first smelled it, I'd already had kind of in my mind I was going to do this top 5. I thought, well, this will be number 5, when I first smelled it, when I sprayed it. And then I sprayed tobacco, and it didn't blow me away. And what happened was I got to the dry down on rosé, and it really got good. That rose kind of takes a step back and to the side. It doesn't go into the background. It never ceases in being a rose fragrance. But that jasmine and that peony moves up in, beside it. I wouldn't say to the front of it, but it moves alongside of that rose. And then you get that wonderful base of that, the sandalwood, the vanilla, the oud, the frankincense and myrrh. It comes out, and after about the 2-hour mark, or maybe 2.5-hour mark, and it really becomes a really nice fragrance. So I like it. I'm gonna wear this and try to get more acclimated to that rose scent. And I'll be honest with you, I won't be surprised if rosé doesn't move up in my mind over time. My scent preferences changes a lot, and sometimes I'll try a fragrance and don't think I like it, and then later on I like it. I'm not going to be shocked if rosé doesn't become one of my favorite fragrances. But right now it's not. It's the number 3 spot on this list. All right, number 2 spot. And we're going to go with Signature Royale. Signature Royale is a gentleman's masterpiece fragrance. I think there's 2 masterpiece, maybe even 3. I might even consider rosé a masterpiece, although I don't know enough about the rose fragrance profile to probably say that. But Royale is a banger. If you love classic gentleman French style masculine perfumery. Again, I mentioned it in the other video, but Tom Ford, Beau de Jour, Boucheron, Pour Homme, Naughton and Wilson's Gravitas, the Mr. Smelly Dan Naughton's fragrance. Those are just a few that I can think of. I know there's a whole plethora of those citrusy, oak moss and patchouli, masculine, classic French perfumery fragrances. And this is one of them, and I really, really like it. But not enough to put it in the number 1 spot. It's going to go to, you've already guessed it now, and that is the original in this line, Signature Pour Homme. Not the very first Zaharoff fragrance. There was a Zaharoff Pour Homme back in the, early 2000s, 90s, something like that. I've never smelt it. I really would like to. But Signature Pour Homme, which was a 2018 release, it is wonderful. It is. There's not enough I can say about it. It's my scent of the day today. It's my scent of the day at least one day every week. It is just it is honestly it's a 10 out of 10 fragrance from the time you open your box, how classy everything is, the presentation, the bottle, it looks beautiful, it's high quality. But when you spray it and you smell it for the first time, it was one of those that when I smelled it the first time, I thought, you know, it tricked me, because hearing reviews and things, it didn't smell the way I thought it was going to smell, but I knew I liked it. I knew it smelled good. And then later when I came back to it, it was just, I fell in love with it. And it is one of the best openings to finishes of any fragrance that I've ever smelled. It subtly changes throughout, from the opening to the middle to the dry down. And it is a true masterpiece. And if you don't have it, I say it's worth a blind buy. Even if it's not love at first smell, if you like classic gentleman masculine fragrances with resinous qualities, a lot of depth, then you're going to love it. If you just love Dior Sauvage or Versace Eros, then you might not like it. It may not be. But if you like a wide variety of fragrances, you're probably going to love this one right here. So the number one spot, it's the powerhouse. It's the landmark. It's Zaharoff Signature Pour Homme. All right, guys, like and share the video. Thank you for watching. God bless. We'll see you down the road. Frag on, frag fam.